A door, no, it's a building. Who said that? A building. You've got vision. Where is it? It's in Manhattan. Raise your hand. A door. Fucking rectangle. Raise your hand if you can clearly see a building in Manhattan. Get the fucking hands up. Get them up, everybody. It's a building in Manhattan. Yes, Trump Tower. You've got vision as well. Rectangle. Anyway. Donald Trump would take empty buildings in Manhattan. Just like this. See, I'll give you 800 now or $1 million later. He'd give them the later price. And he'd put $1 down. We can use £1 in the UK. And he'd go to the ground floor. And he'd focus on the ground floor. Sorry, guys. I know you're loving this, but just... Guys, I'm going to evict you like one of my tenants. I wouldn't evict a tenant, I'm joking. That was a joke. Okay, so... He goes to the ground floor. Okay? And he turns the ground floor. He puts in a big company. Right, let's say he puts in a company like Rolex. Now, no Rolex here, by the way. Yeah? By the way, could I afford one? Yeah, one or two. Yeah, but no Rolex here. Here's why. For me, it's not about posh cars and fancy watches. It's about family. It's about protecting your family. Doing stuff for your family. Yeah? And I also figured something out really early in life. My phone tells the time. But I'm going to put Rolex in here because it's the only company that fits in the box. So, he moves Rolex into the ground floor. What happens to the value of the ground floor? Goes up in value. Who paid for the conversion? Rolex did. Is that smart? Yeah. Then he takes the money to the top floor, and he turns the top floor into penthouse apartments. And he rents them out, he does them up, and he either rents them or sells them to the rich and famous. Just like I'm not into Rolex, I'm also not into the rich and famous. American singers, actors, whatever. Is there anybody know any? Is there a J something or other? Jay-Z. So, he'll move into the top floor, somebody like Jay-Z. Right, so they're going to go in the top floor. Sorry? Just as Ed. Said Jay-Z. Just Ed. Doesn't matter. I'm trying to tell a story here. Right, so he moves Jay-Z into the top floor. What's happened to the value of the building? It's gone up, right? It's gone up in value. The more of them he moves in, let's say he moves J-Lo in. What's happening? What's happening to the value? It goes up. Why is it going up, by the way? Because people want to live between Rolex and the Jesuses of the world. Yeah? I might bump into them on the corridor. I might get a selfie. Do you know what? Total strangers who they've never met, who they wouldn't even speak to if you met them on the street. Total strangers that they don't care about will even argue about how to spell their names. But is that smart? Yeah. Now, could you do this right here in the UK? Absolutely. Right here in London. You can take control of buildings just like in Manhattan. In fact, where is most of the wealth in England? In London. Yeah, but what do London people do? They start going north to buy cheap houses because they're trying to save money to buy cheap instead of buy value. Buy time and buy debt, buy value. Control companies, take control of them, and take control of property. So you can make the money to buy them later. Are you with me on this? Yes or yes? Okay, so follow a proven system and success will follow. No more proven system than this. And what about right now in the marketplace? There's more property stuck on the market and unable to sell than ever before. Why? Because of Rachel Thieves. The stamp duty rises, all that sort of stuff. Nothing's selling. People are panicking out there. Homeowners can't move. Big opportunity to help these people. People are relocating. They still want to relocate, but they can't move. They lose jobs or move jobs. They can't move. They're tied into fixed rate mortgages and they want to leave the property, but they've got early redemption charges. There's no equity in some of these properties. The flats that were bought in 2007 are still in negative equity in many parts of the UK. Up in Sheffield, at Chesterfield, loads of flats in negative equity still that were built new builds in 10, 15, 20 years ago. Avoiding repossession. It's going to be more repossessions than any time in history. Unemployment. Artificial intelligence is killing not just your future, but your children's future. There are still people going to university studying quantity surveying and procurement. Those two jobs are dead. If you're in this room and you're a quantity surveyor or in procurement, you're the walking dead. Seriously, those jobs are gone. AI can do your job in 30 seconds. You're not needed anymore. And there's loads of other jobs going as well, but I'll tell you there's two things that AI can never take away. People need for food and shelter. But they can make food artificial. Just ask McDonald's. Yeah? But they can never remove the need for housing. The need for housing. Rising debt. There's more debt than ever before. By the way, the government have the biggest debt of all. And Rob Moore may and should have taught you this over the weekend. The people that are saving money, You think if you're saving money,